Hello and welcome to the Indila Podcast. I'm Joey.
And I'm Rain.
Today we are talking about the release of Indila's album Mini World, which is perhaps the single most important item for the Dreamers. This, of course, is her first and only album to date, but we hope that there'll be another one soon. And this album contains all the great songs like Tourne dans le vide, SOS, La Story, Ego. And we're going to be talking about each of those songs a little bit. And we're also going to be showing you an interview which I did with Emma, a dreamer from France. So, Rain, we've already talked about Dernière Danse in last week's episode. Do you remember the first time you heard a song from Indila that wasn't Dernière Danse?
I think it should be toned down a bit because when I checked her YouTube account, there was like the clips listed, and I wanted to just start from the chronological order. And I think it's one of the best songs that she made.
I think I think the first song that I ever heard that was not Dernière Danse was SOS, if I remember correctly. And I think if I absolutely had to choose, it's a really difficult question, but if I had to choose one song to be my favorite, I think it would still be SOS because her voice there is just so wonderful, and the melodies and the lyrics are, they all fit together.
I actually thought the Love Story was going to be your favorite.
Yeah, that's also one of my favorites. I often used to quote that one as an answer to the question as well, and also Boîte à Argent as well.
Yeah.
Um, so Mini World was released on the 24th of February 2014, and that week and in the weeks leading up to it, Intila did a lot of promotion, appearing on French television and doing little shows. That week, beginning on the 24th of February, she did 5 shows in a row on Skyrock, Planet Rap, in the evenings, and it really showcased her album, all of the songs. So we've talked about Dernière Danse, we've talked a little about Tourne dans le vide. The third song in the album is La Story. And what did you think when you first heard La Story? What's your impression of it?
First of all, I really like the orchestral atmosphere of it. I mean, as in her songs, they're really cinematic and orchestral, and you really feel the atmosphere. And I really loved it. And aesthetic wise, I think it's the best one compared to other songs. And I like love how she took that extra step and went to Iceland, I guess. Was it Iceland?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's just beautiful.
Hmm.
What do you think about it?
I think, yeah, it's a really sort of charming little song. I mean, I say little, it's actually the longest song on the album, but it's as you say, it's really atmospheric and it's very difficult in my mind to disassociate the song from the clip. So I kind of think of it almost as like a Christmas song. It's got that kind of atmosphere, but maybe that's because we know that the clip is associated with snow. I don't know if it had that association originally, before the clip was made. And I do have a story with the clip, which we will talk about in a future episode. There's a song by, I think, a Spanish singer or a Spanish language singer called Mecano, called Hijo de la Luna.
It was sampled from that.
It's interesting because I think Indila said it wasn't. She was asked about it and um, she said it wasn't inspired by that, but she's a huge fan of the song. So I don't know.
I think she wasn't aware of it. She
Hmm.
did that.
It could have been subconscious, yeah. But I also noticed that a lot of like waltzes like that, they do sound very similar. When my father first heard it, he said it sounds like a song by a British band called, I think they're called the Stranglers, called Golden Brown.
I recently heard that, and I was about to mention it to you.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, yeah. So lots of waltzes do sound similar. But yeah, she is a fan of Meccano, so maybe. Come on, Battle. What do you think about that? I sometimes think it's a little bit overlooked by dreamers.
I mean, it's more of a like a chill song compared to other ones, like less serious. But I think it's still beautiful. And like I think there are songs that okay, I'm not saying they need less appreciation, but there are ones that need like that song needs more appreciation than some other songs in the album.
Yeah, I find it interesting how much the way we view the album is shaped by the clips. Um, Maybe more with me than with you, because when you discovered Indila, I guess Love Story hadn't been released yet as a clip. Because I sometimes wonder, well, if Kamabato had been a clip and not SOS, say, would we focus more on Kamabato? I don't know.
I
Mhm,
mean, SOS itself is a great song, but she should have been like filmed a song or something for that.
mhm, mhm. But I love the live version that they did in Tunisia, where like they really kind of turned the song around. It gets like really happy and like dance theming. Yeah.
What do you think about Run Run, which is the sixth song of the album?
I think Rana Ran was the first song that I listened to, which doesn't have a clip, because I first listened to it at her like the W9 home concerts version that she did, where
Yeah,
she's wearing the gold shirt. And
it was the same for me.
yeah, that I think that live video in particular is so popular on YouTube. And I listened, that almost to me is like the standard version of the song, and the album version I only discovered later. I still think that that W9 home concert is maybe the best concert she's ever done in terms of everything, like the music, the voice, everything. And that version of Ran is just so awesome. I mean, it's you can't not dance.
It was the concert that she actually introduced her to me.
Oh,
Like it was,
really?
yeah, I mean, not really. I actually known her before that, but it was one of the things that made me got into her music.
Yeah, I think same with me. I just realized that her voice live is just so good, and also the band members are brilliant as well. So, and the next song is Ego. What do you think about Ego?
It's really underappreciated, like previous songs that I mentioned. But this one, I really love how it's sampled from Michael Jackson, and it's like really catchy. The other songs are more calm and like you said, like classical music, but this one it's more energetic and it actually fits her style. Like for some reason, I really love it.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's almost like a celebration of all things Intila. It's like an anthem, and you can you can shout it from the rooftops if we take a phrase from another song. Um, yeah, yeah, Egel is also one of my favorites, and I don't listen to it enough.
The next song is Botan Argent, and I think this is really underappreciated also. And I really like the like poetry of it. Like it's really well written. I think she mentioned that she like broke down crying when she was writing this. And I agree. Like whenever I mention this song to someone, people say, "Oh, I cried this song," and it's really beautiful. Like the violins, The tone, it's beautiful.
Yeah, a little admission, I've also cried to this song. So, um, yeah, I think this is maybe like Indila at her poetic best. I think, in terms of the poetry in that song, it's so beautiful. All of the images are so lovely. And, you can love and appreciate Indila without understanding the lyrics, of course, because the melodies and everything is universal. But I think Boîte à Jean, you get so much more with the lyrics, maybe more so than with other songs. And it was actually the first song of Indila that I learned off by heart in French.
And the ninth song, Tu ne m'entends pas?
Mhm.
I don't really know how to pronounce it, but
No, yeah, raison. I think it's the way she said it, it's like tu ne m'entends pas, c'est tu ne m'entends pas.
Tu ne m'entends pas.
Très bien.
Merci.
What do you think about this song?
I think it's okay. This might be controversial, but I think it's one of the like weakest song in the album. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's definitely like the weakest one out there. But I really love it regardless. It's like more vulnerable and more like laid down. Like
Mhm.
I just I like that one too. Like, what do you think about this?
I know exactly what you're saying. It's actually the shortest song in the album, so and it kind of feels small, but it's also and I think it was certainly years ago it was the least viewed of her songs on YouTube, and I guess that's still the case. But I think you get to see a kind of fun side of Intila that you get it in other songs as well, but maybe not so much in the rest of the album, because SOS, What an Agent, Mini World. Denerdons, they're all so like serious and talking about emotions and loss and dreaming, whereas this is like, even though the lyrics maybe are not so happy, but the melody it's really kind of happy, and the musicality of it is really fun, I think. And the last song is Mini Wild, of course. Uh, do you remember when you first heard that?
I'm not sure, but I think it's my like second favorite one from the album. The first one being Dernier Danse, then Mineral, then Tourner dans le vide. Mineral, like it's really underappreciated. I don't know why it doesn't get more views than it has now. I think it was like 5 minutes long or four and a half,
Yeah, five, just over five, yeah.
five, and like it's 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 so beautiful. It's like a whole movie. Like it starts from somewhere, and you just like catch yourself going through that journey. And at the end, she just hints that she's dying, like which is the end of the album, which makes sense to me. Like she's like dying at the end of the album, and it's like it's not like sad, but it's like more meaningful and beautiful.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think firstly the piano is so beautiful, and there's kind of, I think there's fewer instruments in this song than in other songs, but you really kind of hear the piano very clearly. And I think again the lyrics are, it's, I guess if you want to know what India's about in one song, maybe Mini World is the song, because it's, like it begins Laissez-moi rêver, laissez-moi y croire, and it's that's exactly how basically the lyrics of Mini World is how she talks in interviews. Like je chante l'espoir pour ma vie magique and things like that.
It's so beautiful. And I love the harmonies too much, so much. Like the other songs, they have like layers of harmonies too, but this one is like more about the vocals instead of the music. Like there's like less instruments in the song, like you mentioned. So there's like more vocally like orientated. Like it makes so that it's beautiful. Like it really showcases how talented she is vocally. Like it's great.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's also it's I can't think of the album having the name of any other song. Like definitely it would be impossible to name the album Ego. That would not work. Even Dernière Danse or Tournée dans les Vides, Mini World is definitely the appropriate name for it, I think. Don't you think?
Like the closest thing is Darnatons, but Mineral is the like best fitting one.
I agree. I would be interested to know if you've already said your top three, if you had to order all 10 songs into
Oh,
the top 10,
I
how
never.
would you do it?
Okay. First Darnatons, second Mineworld, third Trône dans le vide, four I think Porte en Argent, five Love Story, six SOS, seven. Did I say Ego? I
No.
think it should be higher. Then it's Love Story SOS, and I think we have Tu ne m'entends pas and
Yeah. Well,
one
and
more left.
Bateau on Ranaran.
Come on, Batu should be higher too. I'm really sorry,
It's so
but the
hard.
like, the lowest one's Tu ne m'entends pas, but they're like equally good, so it doesn't
Mhm.
matter that much to me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, like you, that they're all kind of so close to each other in terms of quality. But so I guess SOS number one, number two, Mini World, I think. Three, Boîte en Argent. Four, Dernière Danse. Five, Tourne dans le vide. Six, Love Story. It's surprisingly low down, right?
Yes.
Seven. I think Ran Ran is better live than on the album, but I would
Yeah.
say Ran Ran 8 Ego, 9 Gamabato, 10 Chitmontomba. So yeah.
I'm sorry, Indila, but don't take it personally.
We also love Chitmontomba. Don't worry, it's
But
better than
yeah,
nearly every other song of any artist.
I agree.
I am here now with Emma, who is a very big fan of Indila for many years now, and a close friend of mine for, I think, 6 years. So my first question to you is, how did you discover Indila?
Eh bien, c'est une question que j'essaye encore de répondre aujourd'hui parce qu'il me dit là, c'est comme si c'était quelqu'un qui est arrivé dans ma vie comme ça, comme un miracle. Je n'ai pas souvenir de l'avoir découvert vraiment à un jour précis, mais je sais que quand je l'ai vu à la télé, je l'avais déjà vu en clip et des souvenirs sont revenus. Je sais qu'Indila, je l'ai vu pour la première fois à la télé avec le clip Dreaming. Tout est parti d'ici. Mais je sais que j'ai déjà entendu Criminel, Thug Mariage, Poussière d'Empire, Hiro, parce que c'est des chansons qu'on a tous déjà entendues. Et c'est quand elle a sorti Dernière Danse que je me suis dit, mais cette femme aux cheveux ondulés, noirs, me dit quelque chose, mais c'est pas le style qu'on connaît. Et c'est là que je me suis rendu compte qu'elle avait changé, mais que juste, bah, c'est Indila de Dreaming finalement.
That's the question that I'm still trying to answer today because it seems I think Villa just arrived in my life. I don't remember discovering her on a precise date, but I know that when I first saw her on television, I'd already seen her in music videos and the memories returned. I know that the first time I saw Andela on television was with the music Dreaming. Everything began there, but I know that I'd already heard Criminel, Thug Marriage, Poussière d'Empire, Hero, because everyone heard these songs. And when Dernier Dance was released, I realized that her style had changed, but this was the same in The Love Dreaming.
Were you shocked when you first heard Dernière Danse because the style is very different?
Oui, déjà, je ne savais pas qu'elle était française, j'avoue. Elle a un accent anglais tellement beau, tellement propre quand elle a parlé français, je me suis dit, mais est-ce que c'est la même personne? Et elle paraît tellement angélique, tellement comme une enfant avec ses robes, ses cheveux parfaits, que je me suis dit, oui, Indila qui s'habillait avec des joggings, des robes plus longues, qui avait un piercing. C'est vraiment deux personnes, mais on reconnaît à la voix que c'est la même.
Yes, at first, I didn't actually know that she was French because she had a very beautiful English accent. And when I first heard her speaking French, I wondered if it was the same person. And she seemed very angelic and childlike with her dress, the perfect hair. I thought of Indila with her jogging bottoms and piercings, and it seemed like two different people, but I recognized the voice, which was the same.
Do you remember when you started meeting other dreamers on social media?
Oui, oui, je m'en souviens comme si c'était hier. Je, je sais que je parlais avec un compte personnel, je parlais avec toi. Tu es la première personne que j'ai découvert dans les fans d'Indila. Et tu avais déjà ton compte, donc tu es le premier compte d'Indila. Je suis très contente que ce soit toi qui crée un podcast parce que c'est une boucle qui se boucle. Et donc, tu m'as convaincue de faire un compte sur Indila parce que tu trouvais ça joli que des gens fassent des fanpages sur des artistes et qu'on puisse les mettre en avant. Et comme tu m'as beaucoup convaincue, je me suis dit, pourquoi pas, One Life, on va créer un compte, on verra ce que ça donne. Et puis, j'ai été très bien accueillie par plein de fans de pays différents pour parler avec toutes ces personnes. J'ai créé des amitiés.
Yes, I remember it as if it were yesterday. I know that I spoke to you with my personal account. You were the first person that I discovered in the fans of Indila. You already had your account, so you were the first. And you convinced me to make an account for Indila because you thought it was nice that people make fan page for us artists. And because you convinced me so much, I thought, why not? Let's make an account to see what happens. And then I was made to feel very welcome by many different fans, and I made friends.
Yeah, I remember that when I first met you, I already knew your name because I think that many years ago you had an older account on Facebook and you were active in the Mini World era. So your name was quite well known in the fan base, and I was very happy to talk to you for the first time. And for many years, you've been always very dedicated and passionate, and it's very impressive.
C'est vrai?
Ouais.
Ah, c'est gentil. Je fais de mon mieux. C'est vrai que j'ai eu une période où je n'étais plus du tout là parce que j'étais très triste qu'Indila ne revienne pas, ne sorte pas son second album, alors que son premier, on a fêté les 10 ans de son album. 10 ans, c'est énorme, ça fait mal,
Ouais.
c'est dingue. Et de se dire que son second album est prêt depuis 5 ans. Moi, de ce que j'ai entendu, après, je ne sais pas, c'est qu'elle a eu des petits problèmes avec sa maison de disques, donc c'est très compliqué pour revenir.
Mhm.
Mais j'ai espoir qu'elle nous donne des nouvelles cette année. En tout cas, je reste là, je serai là aussi longtemps qu'il le faut. J'espère poster ma photo avec Indila sur Instagram comme tu as fait. Tu as rencontré Indila avant moi alors que tu habites en Angleterre, c'est complètement dingue. Mais c'est trop cool. Et tu es le premier fan de notre groupe si grand qui a rencontré Indila, donc tu es un peu notre emblème, si je puis dire. Et du coup, je suis très contente qu'on puisse garder contact comme ça depuis toutes ces années et qu'on grandisse ensemble et qu'on devienne une famille parce que sans Indila, j'aurais jamais connu toutes ces personnes formidables.
That's true. Oh, that's kind. I do my best. It's true that I had a period when I wasn't there because I was very sad that Indila didn't return or release her second album while her first album was released 10 years ago. 10 years. It's a very long time. It hurts. It's crazy. And to think that this second album has been ready for 5 years. What I've heard is that there's been a problem with her record label and that it's very complicated for her to return. But I have hope that she will return this year. Anyway, I remain there for as long as necessary. I hope to post a video or a photo with Indila on Instagram like you did. You met Indila before me, even though you live in England. It's completely crazy, but it's very cool. And you're the first fan from our live group to meet Indila. So you're kind of our emblem, and I'm very happy that we've all known each other for all these years and that we've grown together and been a family because without Indila, I would never have known all of these great people.
Yeah, I agree. I think that one of the most important gifts that Indila has given us is friendship with all fans from all over the world. And now it's been many years that we've known each other, so we can experience the joy of growing together and seeing each other achieve our dreams. And one thing that you have been able to do, like me, is to go to Rue Lalo in Paris, where Dernière Danse was filmed. How was this experience?
C'était fabuleux d'avoir été exactement sur les lieux où Indila a été quelques années plus tôt, d'avoir fait comme elle, de marcher sur les mêmes, vraiment les mêmes routes, d'être passé devant le café, d'avoir traversé le passage piéton. Mais juste, c'est une fierté de pouvoir faire comme elle, en fait, de m'être couchée sur la pierre. Enfin, me dire, c'est dans le clip Dernière Danse qui a dépassé le milliard de vues, il faut le dire. J'ai même pu faire pour Parle à ta tête, vu que c'était la rue, c'est à Montmartre, qui est un de mes endroits préférés à Paris.
It was fabulous to go exactly on the road where Indila was a few years earlier, to walk on the very same road that she walked on, to go in front of the cafe, walk on the pedestrian crossing. I was proud to do what she did, frankly. To lie down on the stone, which is in the clip Dernière Dance, which now has more than 1 billion views. I also did it for Parle à ta tête in Montmartre, which is one of my favorite places in Paris.
When I was on Rue Lalo, I felt that I was really inside the clip itself, and it was really something to be able to turn my head and see what we don't see in the video, and to see what's in front and what's behind. It was really memorable. Emma, thank you very much for talking to us and for being our first interviewee on the podcast.
Mais en tout cas, je te remercie d'avoir fait ce petit podcast et de continuer là-dedans. Petite dédicace à un ami qui s'appelle Adrien, avec qui, il y a quelques années, on a écrit par message la veille de la sortie de Parle à ta tête. On n'a pas trop le temps d'en parler, mais un jour, si jamais on doit parler de ces clips, je suis là.
Thank you for doing this podcast and for continuing with it. Merci.
Merci. Thank you very much to all the people who've been listening to our podcast. I got an email today from Spotify telling me that we're up in the rankings on a Moroccan chart for music. So I'm very pleased that we're being listened to in Morocco. But we've also got listeners in Tunisia, the United States, Turkey, of course, and I think even like the Philippines. I don't know who that is. And thank you to everyone. Many of you are our friends. We know who you are, and we thank you for the feedback. And also, just one special thank you to somebody who is in Palestine. You know who you are. We love you and all the best to you and to everybody else.
Thank you so much for your great comments. Thank you. I read them all. I'm really busy right now, but believe me, I just open them and read them. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Please keep leaving comments. You can also make suggestions for us if you think we should do something differently. And we will see you next week.
For the next episode, we're going to be talking about Trône dans le vide. See you. Bye.